everyone, welcome back. This is the Celtic Workshop and today we have a brand new review for you guys. This is the record number 3. Let's start off on how I actually got this plane. So I was at a boot sale one day and I got this for €12. It's actually an old type one. I say this is 1940s, 50s. I'm not too sure. I never really look up the age of planes. I normally know by looking at them. So the guy said this was his father's when he was a carpenter. Now, he must have been planing some thin things because number 3s are pretty thin. So let's get into the works of the plane. First look at the plane here and we can see that it's in original condition. I never cleaned this. It's in pretty good condition too. Now the one thing I always liked about Record is they always have nice room for your hand. As you've seen in the Record versus Stanley video, I actually have room in here for my hand for such a small plane. Now this has, I think, beach handles on it with kind of black paint on them. So these weren't, these were lacquered, but they kind of had a black paint over them. Some plane makers actually did that. So let's take a look at the internal parts of the plane. First thing we will take a look at is the lever cap. This is your lever cap here. It has no nickel plating on it, so that means it is still old. So there's just the bare steel, and you have your Record symbol here. You have no other writing on the back of it. Here we have the number 3 blade, which is not actually that worn, and it has Record up here, but you can't really see it that well. So the blade is in good condition. It's not that sharp, but the blade is in pretty good condition. Now the only thing I actually seen in this blade was some older guys actually used a hammer to adjust these. So there's actually a little ledge here of where they actually would have, back in the day, hit it with a hammer. You can see the bent bit where they hit it to adjust it. That's old people for you, you know, when they are used to using the wooden planes to adjust them. Now we have the frog. So the frog is the exact same as the number 4 we were looking at. Has the blue in here, and it's just the same as the Record number 4. The lateral adjuster is very, very tight in this plane, probably with just dust or whatever. Getting into the handles now. The handles I said are beach with kind of black paint on them, and the knobs are the same. So we have 2 nice brass screws at each side. So the adjustment knob is actually brass, which really makes me happy, because brass, you know, is a good thing in any plane, and this adjusts very well. Look how slack that is. And it's just the same, it's the exact same as number 4 but just smaller. So let's get in why they made these planes. 3 is basically just a smaller version of a number 4. Like the 4.5 to 4, it's just a little bit smaller. These are put in the category with a number 1 and number 2 plane, meaning cute but useless at the same time. They're normally just used for tear out and large panels because you can't get a big plane into just playing the tear out in the panel you're working on. They are also used for smooth and small scale items, maybe like finishers or small things for cabinets and such like that. So it's basically a block plane with handles. Now these are not as popular as the number 4, but they still are pretty collectible, especially old ones. You can get these in the boot sales for around £2 to about £20, whoever you're working with. You can get tight people that like to put the price up, or you can get people who don't know the value of it. I prefer the people who don't know the value. But let's get in to see how this plane actually works. So the last video I did using the NAS, I was actually using it the wrong way. The way I was using it was very dangerous, and I recommend to nobody not to use it that way. Now, I didn't know very much about ASs when I got it, so I just thought you just chop a tree with it. So I actually knew they were used for building boats and such, but you're actually meant to use them when the piece of wood is on the ground. I tried it out yesterday, and it worked better, so it wasn't as dangerous. So guys, don't try that, but I was just showing you my new AS that I bought. Thanks.